today? How did you sleep? Have you got a busy day ahead, or have you had a busy day? I'm asking you these questions because I know there's so much going on in your busy world, just like there is in mine and everybody else's. And sometimes it's hard to stay calm and balanced with all the pressures there are on us. And unfortunately, feelings of stress, anxiety, and depression are super common in our society. Unfortunately, the norm for many people. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this 5-day series is just to share with you the reason why I do my yoga practice at home every day, and just to maybe encourage you to find something that's going to help you. I have found throughout my life that yoga's been a really helpful tool to help calm the mind and balance the emotions. And when I go to my mat, it's like a sanctuary of peace and stillness that's just for me. Excuse me. Where I can withdraw from the world and check in with myself and do whatever it is that I need. So there are literally thousands of practices that we can choose from to help with anxiety, OCD, panic attacks, restless mind, overthinking, apathy, lethargy, depression, and plenty of studies to show how yoga really helps in these situations. We can use asana, the poses that we do. We can use pranayama, the breath work. We can use meditation. We can use mudras, the hand gestures. We can use mantra and chanting. And we can also turn to some of the yoga philosophy, which helps us to put life into perspective. So there's a lot there, and you can take from it what you will. You only need to take the snippets that help you right now. So I'm hoping over this week you're going to get some idea of what works for you and what doesn't, and then you can go and develop your own yoga practice. And once you do start doing a regular yoga practice, you'll find that you start to develop an internal sensitivity so that you notice when you're out of balance a little bit sooner, and you'll have the wisdom to choose the right practices to help bring you back into balance sooner, before things get out of hand and then it's more difficult to manage. So I hope you enjoy the practice with me today. We're going to do a nice enlivening practice, if you like, to take you from a place of perhaps feeling tired or sluggish, low energy, into a brighter place. And we will be doing a few sun salutations, but they're going to be really accessible. So if you are not experienced at yoga at all, then you'll be able to do it. And if you are an experienced yogi, you can take it a little bit further if you want to. I'm going to show you a nice, gentle version of that. So let's start. We're going to come onto the mat first of all and start in a restorative pose. So what you're going to need for this practice is a couple of cushions or pillows and a blanket or two, just to make yourself comfortable. They're not absolutely essential, but I do recommend that you really take care of yourself and make sure that you are really comfortable. So let's start. I've put a blanket on the mat because I'm a bit bony and it's uncomfortable to lie on the hard mat on the ground. So if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. I've also got a little blanket folded up as a pillow here. And I've got a couple of cushions standing by, which you probably will need these, I would think, or pillows. So you're going to sit on your mat and you're going to bring your feet together. They can be close to you if you're very flexible, further away if you're not. And you're going to fold the cushions, or just however you need them, folded, unfolded, to support your legs so that they're really well supported and you're not feeling any strain in the inner thigh or the groin area. I'm going to put that there because I may need that in a minute. So then you're going to lie down. Just readjust your cushions. Head support if you need it. And just take a moment to get yourself as comfortable as you can be. Now I've got this heavy, it's like a zafu, a little bolster thing here. If you've got a bolster or a sandbag even, or one of those weights that you can buy to use at home for gym work, something a little bit heavy and soft, it's quite nice to put it across your belly. This is a round one. It's quite nice when it's a longer one that comes down either side. This is very calming and soothing. A lot of people like a weight on their body. So you could try that if you like. So otherwise, just take your arms out to side, close your eyes and rest your body down into the ground. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, filling the belly. And as you exhale, see if you can let go of your weight of your body down into the ground. And just keep breathing like that, deeply in through the nose, filling the belly. And as you breathe out, allow your weight to sink down into the ground. So remembering back to yesterday's practice where we did grounding and we allowed our weight to really drop down into the earth. When you're lying down like this, you can do that even more easily. And I like to have the idea that whatever tiredness or problems or worries we have or we think we have, that Mother Earth is always happy to receive them. So you can visualize letting go of tension, pain, worry, stress. And as you breathe out, allowing it to drop down into the earth. And she's a great recycler, so she will recycle that energy. So just stay here for a few moments more. Breathing and relaxing, letting go of tiredness. And then when you're ready to come up, you're going to reach down, take your hands either side of your legs, press your legs together just to give them a little support as you come up. And then roll to one side and slowly press yourself up to sitting. We'll just move our props to one side now. So we're going to do a breathing practice now. You can sit on the floor, or if it's more comfortable for you, please come to sitting on a chair, and anything that's comfortable for you, kneeling, sitting, standing if you like. So I just want you to start by shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears. And then let them go down. When we get tight and tense and stressed, we often hold our tension in the neck and shoulders. So this can feel quite nice. So bring the shoulders right up to the ears and then release them. Now let's do that with the breath. So as you breathe in, bring the shoulders up. And as you breathe out, let them down. Just keep going with your breath there. Inhale, shoulders come up. And exhale down. One more like that. Now we're going to count our breath as we come up. And we're going to bring our breath into a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. So can you do that? Breathing in to a count of 4 as you shrug your shoulders up, and out as you come down. Just make the count the right speed for your breath. Nice slow breaths in to 4, nice slow breath out to 4. So it's really good to calm stress and anxiety by lengthening the exhalation. So we're going to try and do that now. So I want you to just take this easy. If you start to feel any kind of strain or anxiety over the breathing practice, that's very common. So just don't worry about it. Just return to your normal breath. But this can help if you learn to do it in a calm place like your yoga class. It can be something, a tool you can turn to when you really need it. So we're going to be working up to what I call the 4-4-8 breath. So what that is breathing into a count of 4, holding the breath for a count of 4, and then breathing out for a count of 8. Again, if you start to feel panicky because you're running out of breath, forget it. Just stop it and start breathing normally. And you can try again when you feel more calm. But let's give that a go. So as you breathe in, remember lifting the shoulders to a count of 4. Hold the breath up and hold the shoulders for a count of 4. And then slowly lower the shoulders and breathe out to a count of 8. So you'll need to move your shoulders down more slowly than you bring them up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Down. I don't think I explained that very well. I'll do that again. So it's breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Then holding, 2, 3, 4. Then out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do that one more time in your own time and try to make the movement of the shoulders down really soft and gentle as you exhale and release all the tension down through the shoulders and down through the body and down into the earth. Okay, let's start moving now a little bit. Just going to take this off. So we're going to come on to all fours. For cat pose. So hands directly under your shoulders, knees directly under your hips, and spread your hands wide. So as you breathe in, sink the belly button down, open the heart forwards and look forwards. As you breathe out, this is a variation of cat pose. We're going to sit back towards the heels and round the back. Breathe in, sink the back, open the chest and look forward. Breathe out, round the back and sit back towards the heels. The important thing here is that you just match this movement to your own natural breath. And again, if you start to feel like you're not breathing easy and relaxed, then just pause for a minute and focus on the breath first rather than the movement. The movement's great for the body, but the breath is more important. Let's just do one more like that, sitting back towards the heels as you exhale, and then coming up again. Bring your knees a little bit closer together and your feet a little bit closer together. And now as you breathe in, you do the same thing again. Open the chest, look forward. As you breathe out, swivel your toes over to the right and sit back towards your heels. Breathe in, come up, swivel the toes to the left and sit back towards your heels. Just keep going with that pattern. So you're pivoting on your knees And as you sit back, you get a lovely lengthening down the side body. Just come down as far as is comfortable. You don't have to bring your head to the floor. Just wherever feels right for you, till you feel that nice opening out of the side body and mobilizing the hips as well. Okay, then come back to center and just get yourself aligned again with the knees under the shoulders and the hands under, the knees under the hips and the hands under the shoulders. Okay. So taking your right hand, slide your fingers forwards as far as you can reach while still touching the floor. And then your left knee, slide your toes on the left leg back as far as you can reach without taking them off the floor. Just check that your back has stayed aligned and straight and that you're not dipping into the belly, so draw your belly in a little bit. And then if you can take those off the floor and lift them up. So you don't have to come up so high, and don't come higher than horizontal. And then bring your hand down and your knee back down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Slide the left fingers out in front of you and slide the right foot back. So you're still resting on your toes and your fingertips. You're already balancing quite a lot here. And you can probably hear in my voice that I'm working a little bit. And you're using the core muscles here. And if you want to, you can lift the arm and lift the leg. Just watch that you stay stable through the core and you're not twisting or dipping or dropping. If you feel that you are, then just bring your hands and your foot back down. That's enough for you right now. Let's do that from side to side. Sliding out and up if you like, and then coming back to center. So inhaling as you slide out and stretch, exhaling as you come back to center. Again, the breath is really important. The breath is what helps us to manage the emotions. The combined mindful movement, focusing intensely on what you're doing with the deep, smooth breaths, is what helps to calm those stress hormones. Lift your energy to a good place. Let's just do one more on each side. And then pause. And then coming up to standing. You won't want your blanket on the mat anymore if you've got one there, so put that aside. So I've got a little bit out of breath even. It's quite hard to teach yoga and speak and breathe well. So you've got in the good position of being able to focus on your breathing just by listening to me. And I will try and breathe properly when I can. Okay, so we're going to go into some sun salutes now. Like I said, they're going to be a nice gentle version. And I'm going to build up, give you a couple of different alternatives as we go through. The reason I'm including sun salutes is that they do move the whole body. Once we've mobilized the hips, the shoulders, the knees, everything that we've done so far, we can go into a sun salute. And it's a great short morning practice or any time practice that you want to lift your energy a little bit. And by meditating on the energy of the sun, the solar energy, that's a really great depression lifter. It's been known for thousands of years to meditate on the sun, to be in the sunshine, even to do gazing at the sun through half-closed eyes as the sun's just going down. All of these really, really good for our energy. So if you can do this facing a window or even outside facing the sunrise, that's awesome. So coming to the top of your mat with your feet about hip distance apart. And just relax. Remember the grounding we did yesterday. Instead of standing all stiff and straight, we want to soften the body and yield our weight down into the ground. So slightly soft knees, really drop your weight into your feet like an anchor. And then take a breath in, reaching your arms up. Bring your palms together, and as you bring them down, breathing out, just round the back and roll down through the spine, all the way down. Bend your knees a lot, press into the feet, use the strength of your legs to bring you up. Bringing your hands together, and then softening, bending the knees, rounding the back, and rolling down again. Breathing in, press through the legs, use your legs. Breathing out, rolling forwards. Bend your knees as much as you need to come down comfortably. One more of those. Breathing in, reach up, palms together. Bring them down through the heart, rounding down all the way down to the ground. And then let's just hang here for a moment. Bend your knees as much as you need to hang comfortably. And give your head a little shake. You're not holding tension in your neck. Then put your hands on the floor and step your right foot back and bring the knee down. And just hinge forwards 2 or 3 times, forwards and back, just to mobilize through the hip joint there. And then bring the left foot back as well so that you're in cat position again. And let's do those cat moves we did before. Breathing in, looking forwards, breathing out, bottom back towards the heels. In, open the chest, roll the shoulders back. And out, draw the belly in as you sink back down. Inhale. And coming back. This time coming up, tucking the toes under. And let's coming up to a soft dog, like really soft, like bend your knees a lot. And you can cycle your feet a little bit, heels pedaling downwards, one then the other. Don't worry too much about the shape you're making at the moment. You're just stretching out your body. And then bring your knees back down again. And bringing your right foot forward, however you can. It doesn't have to be elegant. Just bring your right foot forward again, so it's between your hands. And then tuck your back toes up and just step your left foot forwards. Bend your knees a lot, press through the feet, uncurl, bring your palms together, and then bring them back to prayer position in front of the heart. Let's do that again. Breathing in, coming up. This time we'll go straight through. Rolling all the way down, bring the hands to the floor. Step back with the left foot now and bring the knee down. Hinging forwards and back. Just to a place that feels like you're easing out your hips, the muscles of your thighs. And then when you're ready, bring that other leg back. So you come to cat position. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, sit back. Let's do a couple of those. One more. And then coming forwards, tucking the toes under and coming to dog pose again. So if you did yesterday's practice, we did half dog, leaning against a ledge. So this is the same movement here. So we want to ground down through the feet and the hands. However much of the feet is touching the floor, you don't have to have your heels down. In fact, you'll probably get better length through the back if you stay up on your toes and bend your knees a little bit. But grounding down through the feet and through the hands.
And then imagine that you are reaching with your tailbone out behind you and reaching with the crown of your head towards the space between your hands. And notice how that feels. Can you feel that your back lengthens when you do that? That the side body lengthens? Okay, bringing your knees back down again. Stepping the left foot forward. Tuck the back toes and step the right foot forward. Bend the knees, press through the feet and come up. We're going to repeat the sun salute once to each side again, and I'll add in a couple of alternatives, but you can stay with the one we've been doing if that feels best for you. Okay, so let's take a breath in. Reaching up, bring the palms together as you breathe out, rolling forward, soft knees, hands to the floor. Step back with the right leg. You might step your knee a little further back this time as you're looser in the hips. You can stay here and just hinge backwards and forwards as we did already, or you can take a breath in and reach up into crescent moon. Draw your belly in here and allow yourself to sink a little deeper if that feels good for you. And then bring your hands down. And step this other foot back. Tuck your toes under and come up to dog pose. Actually, I forgot to do the little cat bit. Bring your knees back down again. Inhale, look forwards to cat pose. This time you can come a little bit lower if you want to. And exhale, coming back. If your arms are stronger, you can bend your elbows and bring yourself down, or you can look up and look forward. Sit back towards your heels. Sink your hips down. So it's like a modified upward dog pose, but with your knees on the ground. You get a nice stretch through the front body. And then tuck your toes under and come up to dog pose. Same thing again. Ground through the feet and the hands. Reach through the crown of the head and the tailbone. Take a deep breath into the belly. Let the belly expand as you breathe. And as you breathe out, let it contract in towards the spine. So it doesn't want to be rigid. It wants to be moving with your breath. I'm going to offer you an option now to come forward to plank pose. And you can hold plank pose if you are strong, or you can drop your knees and just hold a mini plank pose here. We're just building up the strength in our muscles and bones in our arms, but we don't want to overdo it. So just whichever one works for you, or you can just come to cat pose. Let's bring the right foot forward again between the hands. Tuck the back toes and step the left foot forwards. Bend the knees and uncurl back up. Let's do that on the other side. Breathing in, reaching up. Breathing out, rolling forwards. Hands to the floor. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Step back with the left foot. Bring the knee down. And you can stay here, hinging forwards and back, or you can reach up, draw your belly in, and sink a little deeper. Imagine that sunshine in front of you. Even if it's not there, just imagine it filling your chest and your heart. Bring your hands to the floor. Step this right foot back. And let's do that modified cat up dog version. So either cat pose, looking forward, sitting back, or hinging a little further forwards, coming to a modified upward dog if your arms are strong enough. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest. And then coming up, tucking the toes under and coming up to dog pose. Just take a moment here to rest. Soften your knees. You can wiggle around in this pose. You sway from side to side. Move your head. Whatever feels good. When you do yoga at home, you can do whatever you want and nobody's looking. Okay, and then bring the knees down. Step the left foot forwards between the hands. Tuck the right toes. Step the right foot forward. And slowly roll up. Bringing the hands together. Big breath in. And exhale. Coming back to center. And just stand for a moment and notice the effects of that practice on your energy levels, maybe compared to how you were at the beginning. We'll just finish with the balance and then we'll go down onto the floor for a nice short relaxation. So remember yesterday we talked about how grounding down through the earth, imagining you've got roots going down through your feet and having that sense of heaviness like an ancient tree can really help with your balance. So remember that now and sink your weight down through your feet. This is a different balance from what we did yesterday. So you sink your weight down through your feet, sink through your heel bones and through the balls of your feet. And you can send a root down from your tailbone. I want you also to bring your awareness to your lower belly here, the space between the navel and the pubic bone, this lower belly, our sacral chakra, our energy center in many traditions, the Japanese hara, the lower dantian in Taoism. This is where we hold our energy, and it's a great place to ground from. So imagine that you're sending an anchor down from deep inside your belly, right into the center of the earth. That will really help you to feel grounded. And then have a sense of the line now going from the sky, through the center of your head, through your belly, through your tailbone, down through the center of your feet, into the ground. And that line is also your anchor. So keep that line in mind as you slowly shift your weight onto your left foot. And notice how that line shifts a little bit. So it's not going down between the legs now, it's now going down through your standing leg. Then take your arms wide, take your leg out to the side, and then slowly cross that right leg over your left leg and bring your elbows and your forearms together here. If that's too much of a balance, you can bring your toes onto the floor, cross your legs, sit down as if you're sitting on a high stool, and bring your elbows and forearms together. Breathing gently here, grounding down through the feet. Being okay with the wobble, you will wobble, that's the body automatically correcting and bringing you back to center. And then open the arms and bring the foot down. Let's do the same on the other side. Get grounded again through both feet. Then shift the weight slowly into the right foot. Take the arms and the legs to the side. When we're doing balancing, it's good to do it all really slow and elegant. Really helps us to get into that calm, gentle space needed for a good balance. Cross the legs. You can rest the toes on the floor if you need to. Bring the elbows up so that they're at shoulder height. You're feeling lengthening across the back of the upper back. And breathing. And then open your arms out and come down. Just take your feet a little wider here. Take a breath in and open your arms. As you exhale, bend your knees and wrap your arms around yourself. Breathing in, opening up, straightening the legs. Breathing out, wrap your arms the opposite way. Just keep going now with the breath and alternate which arm's on top. Breathing in and opening. Exhaling, giving yourself a hug, curling down. We can alternate in the world between being open and out there, and then withdrawing and taking care of ourselves. Whichever one of these you feel more comfortable with, whether it's always being out there, always being social, or whether it's staying at home more, taking care of yourself more. We all need a balance of these two things. One more. And then release. So you're going to come down onto your mat now for relaxation. So if you want to put your blanket out again, then that's fine. You could have a little support for your head, maybe put another layer on. This is just going to be a short relaxation to finish today's session. I'm going to do a longer, beautiful, longer yoga nidra for you tomorrow. So just get comfortable now. So lying down on the floor, and first of all, bring your knees into your chest so that you can flatten out the back. You can just roll a little bit from side to side. And then bring your feet down onto the floor and slowly lengthen one leg out and then the other. Closing your eyes if you haven't already. Bend your arms and let your hands rest on your belly if that's comfortable, or you can just rest your arms on the floor by your side. Just have a little wriggle through the back and the shoulders until the spine feels nice and aligned and comfortable. And then maybe lift your head slightly to lengthen out the back of your neck and then place it back on the floor, making sure that you're resting on the center point of the back of your skull. And when you feel completely comfortable, give yourself permission to let go and relax your weight completely. Just again, let the ground take care of your body. Surrender to the force of Mother Nature, which is gravity, and allow everything to sink down. Become aware of your breath. Just notice how you're breathing now as it slows down after your practice. With each peaceful exhalation, feel yourself sinking into the floor a little more. Feel your body spreading across the mat, almost as if the back of your body is getting bigger, melting and spreading out. The back lengthening, the shoulders widening. Now imagine breathing into the soles of your feet, if you could. Breathing through the soles of your feet. And as you breathe out, say to yourself, I relax my feet. And now breathing into the calves. And as you breathe out, I relax my calves. Breathing into the thighs. I relax my thighs.
Breathing into the hip joints. I relax my hips. And breathing deeply into the belly. Let the belly expand. As you breathe out, I relax my belly. Breathe into the chest and feel the expansion of the chest. Feel the freedom and the release of having a deep breath. Allow the body to really receive that breath. And then relax that area. Breathing into the throat now. I relax my throat. Breathe into the crown of the head. And exhale. Breathe into the base of the spine. And exhale. Relax and let go of the face, the forehead, the temples, the cheeks, the chin, the jaw, the ears, the mouth. Relax the eyes. Relax the shoulders. Relax the whole body. Please enjoy this relaxation for as long as you wish. You might even want to fall asleep for a little while, which is fine. But I'll see you tomorrow and we'll do a lovely long Yoga Nidra relaxation together. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste.